All right. Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's grants coaching session, where we're going to be discussing reaching out to the General Assembly and those best practices to do that. I am Amber Westbrook with the grants team here. I'm the grant manager, and we have also with us Krista Grenza, who is a grants coordinator for us on the grants team. We also have Margot Strasburger with us today with our communications social media team. Thank you so much for being here. Today we're just going to present on the best practices to which you can find your legislators, your members of the General Assembly, local officials, and how best to reach out with them when you receive grant funding. So I'm going to go ahead and start a little bit here with a screen share, like I always love to do. Okay. Do this. There we go. Perfect. So I want to discuss why this is so important and why we are doing a tutorial on this at this time. So just a reminder of those who are receiving grant funding from us, contacting your state representatives, members of the General Assembly, is a requirement of the grant funding that you receive. This is because it is public funding that we receive, and then we get to give that funding to all of you for these wonderful projects you have and to help further the growth of your organizations and your careers as artists. And this is another way also to help maintain that important funding opportunities that we're able to provide. So I want to just kind of show an example of, this is an example of one of our grant contracts. And specifically in this section, this is the legislative notification section. This is in all of our grant awards, whether it is more of an award, it's not project-based. If you receive operating support funding from us, if you've received a fellowship award, if you have received arts emergency relief funding, this is in all of our contracts. So the legislative notification states the benefiting organization is required to inform their state legislators of commission funding. Unless the commission specifies an exemption, the benefiting organization is also required to invite local legislative delegates to all grants-related events. So that means if you do have a public component of your project, if there's a public component where you have some programming and you would like to, if you've received operating support and you want to invite them to those events that you're having throughout your fiscal year, this is a must. This is a requirement of the grant funding. So we are going to go over just a few ways in which you can do that, but also just a reminder on how to find your legislators. So I'm just going to use ours as an example, but this is the South Carolina statehouse.gov. This is a legislator search that you can do. We have access to this also on our website, but we also have it within our grants management tools. If you ever need assistance in finding this, please let us know, but you can go to scstatehouse.gov and you'll be able to find this search option. So very easy to search. Just going to go ahead and use our address. You can just type in your city. If you want to be more specific, you can type in your zip code. 2 out of the 3 items will help you find your representatives. So as you can see here, state senators, we have obviously our United States representative. Then you have your Senate district representative, and then you have your House district representative. And so when you do click on those links, it will take you, excuse me, it is taking its time, but we'll give you their information. So again, business phone, that is a way to talk to your representative by phone, by email, and you can also do, of course, regular mail. So it has most of that information there. See that you can send a message. And so this will also pull up a way to send a message directly to them. So you can put, your thank you in here is perfectly acceptable. All right. So I'm going to pull that back up. Okay. So we've discussed a few ways in which you can do that. So again, by mail, email, by phone. Many of our grantees have done all three of those ways because they want to ensure that their gratitude is that they've reached it, that the representative has received some form of communication. I know I would try all potential ways because, as you know, our representatives are very, very busy people, but they still they make sure to check their mail, their email, their communications on a regular basis, and to make sure to get back to you. Another great way to do this is social media posts, which I know a lot of our organizations are on Facebook. Some of them do have Instagram as well. This is just another way that you can do this, a very, a simple thank you post, like we've received funding, and you can tag your representatives. Use those Instagram handles that they have if they do have a specific Facebook page in which they use to reach out to our other citizens, then you absolutely can do that. And then please tag us. I'll show you more about our social media, but also I can refer to Margot at that moment to talk more about how you can tag us. So sometimes it can be a little intimidating. You're like, I'm going to reach out to my state legislator and I don't know how to do that or what to say. It's really simple. What do we say? Well, it's a thank you. It is a thank you for the specific amount of funding that you've received from us for that specific project or for that operating support, et cetera, whatever that is. And then talk about how important that funding is to you, to your organization, to you as an artist. How is it helping you create further opportunities for your community? How is it continuing to grow your organization, your career as an artist? Be as open and honest as you want to be with them. They want to meet you. It's so important for them to hear that the funding is being used in this way and that it's important to you. And also use this also as an opportunity to invite them to any public component at that time within that same communication, to that event that you're having that's specific to this project, that exhibition that you're going to be having. If you have that such and such a date, please, if you don't have that information at this time, send them another communication to invite them to that event when you're ready to do so. Options that you can also do with your emails. You can copy other people on those emails. So when you're sending, if you want a standard communication, you send it to all your representatives, and you also copy a member of the Arts Commission. We are very happy to receive those. We love to see what's been said. We love to see, also the appreciation, but it lets us, also gives us a little bit more information about, how you're doing as an artist, how you're doing as an organization, what opportunities this is creating for you. We also like to see, sometimes we get to see that response back. Senators will respond back to that communication, and we get to see that, and they show their appreciation. And it's so nice to see that communication between, the both of you. we're not saying that you have to copy us on everything. You do not, absolutely do not. And, we also appreciate those thank you letters that you send us in the mail. We really do. But it's also like, please, please, please make sure that you're sending those thank you letters to your representatives also. Let's see if we have. Thank you so much, Margot, for adding those in the chat that I'm just seeing now. Perfect. So for those of you who are watching the recording and are not able to see our chat at this time, but the handles that we do have for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the South Carolina Arts Commission is at SCArts.com. So that's SCARTSCOMM. And we also have for YouTube the South Carolina Arts Commission. So that is at South Carolina Arts Commission all together. And we'll make sure to place these handles within the description that we post with our video. So you'll have those as well. All right, so I do want to share just an example of, one form of communication that we have received. I'm just going to go ahead and stop sharing for a second so you can see me. We received this recently. We just did another group of awards, and immediately, it was same day that this organization received funding. They wanted to go ahead and email us and also email all of their representatives and other local officials to say, and again, it's, showing as much of yourself as you want to, but I'll just be like, did you hear me scream as I just opened the email concerning our funding? And they are very specific here, but I will keep some details out for privacy, but that we just submitted our application back in January. And I am absolutely thrilled that we were completely funded for our 2 years. We will get to have several more weeks of camp each year, and we will be able to afford a bit more extra. They talk about my board chair and another board member are in the building, and they are just as excited as I am. Please know how much we appreciate the support, as well as all of the others that the Arts Commission provides. We are able to provide arts opportunities that our other small towns our size don't. Also, it is truly making a huge difference as we work towards the revitalization of this town. With much appreciation, and then they've signed off. It can be, that simple. But again, it's a genuine thank you. Be detailed in your communication. Just really tell them how important it is to you. They want to hear that. I can't reiterate that enough, obviously, throughout this whole recording. But I also want, again, we say we like to hear this. This is also a requirement within the final report that is required for you to complete and submit towards the end of your granting process. So I'm going to go ahead and screen share once again and show you where that lives. So in every final report, this is what is asked of you. Outreach. This is a section that we have. Describe how you reached out to members of the South Carolina General Assembly and other state and local elected officials about the value of this grant to your project. This is where you have that opportunity to tell us who did you contact, how did you contact them, and you can tell us what did you say. What did you say is optional. That's not required within this section, but it is, we always love as much detail as you're willing to give us, but we definitely need to know who you contacted, how you contacted them, and even more so, when you contacted them, because this helps us see within that grant period, okay, this is when I contacted them at the beginning of that, or I contacted them towards, the middle. We like to have that data for ourselves, but as I said, it is a requirement. The data is very important. And of course, we have still the funding credit. Describe how you credited the South Carolina Arts Commission for this grant support. That is also required and essential. We also like to know the how, the where, the when you've done that as well. If you have questions about either of those, please reach out to us. We're happy to answer any questions you have regarding pulling words together, or a little bit clearer on the options that you have for the ways in which you can contact. All right. So share one more time here. Okay. And I know that this comes up a lot sometimes, but people will ask us how we can help the Arts Commission. It is, of course, up to you for how much you do for arts advocacy, but we always like to, remind individuals, we are partners with the South Carolina Arts Alliance. The South Carolina Arts Alliance is a wonderful organization that is extremely helpful to advocating for the arts for our entire state. I will go ahead. Let me see if I can pull that up for you. But they are the resource that you go to. They also help in the toolboxes that they offer to help you communicate with your representatives based on your needs, your support of funding. They are the ones who can advise you further on that. So I want to pull up this. Okay, perfect. Just kind of show you what I'm talking about. This will be the final thing before we go ahead and jump into Q&A. But the South Carolina Arts Alliance, here it is, to learn more about them and how you can help. A thing that you can do is, let me see, I think this might be it. Maybe not. Yes. So there's the newsletter that you can sign up to receive to stay updated on news that we have, especially considered arts funding. They will always have the updated articles here. As you can see, this is the latest one from February 24th. House Committee adopts arts increases. But that's just another way that you can stay informed. But please do use that valuable resource. They are here to help you, and then help all the other artists and organizations we have across our state. As you know, there are so many, and they are all deserving of funding that we have to offer. And we're hoping just to continue to grow those opportunities. So this, I know, is a requirement, but it is another way in which you help secure that funding. They want to hear from you. So please, please, please reach out to them. All right, I will take this time. Anyone has any questions? I'm happy to answer those.
Sure. Yeah, I've started the process. Like I started looking into it, but yeah, my questions were, first, which you addressed, a lot of these representatives don't really have their email listed, and I wasn't sure if like just using the contact form was okay, but I guess I'll go ahead and do that. And then I guess, so I should just contact all of them. So my senators, representatives, state senator and state representative. Okay.
Absolutely, you can.
And it can kind of be like I imagine I'll kind of write it once and change the names, but kind of like copy paste, that kind of thing. Okay.
Sure.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think those were most of my questions. Yeah, I
I'll
started
also
the
say it.
process. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, no, you're sure. And another way that you can, if you want to see what the best email is for them, you can give their office a call. Someone will answer and just kind of like inform you of the best email to use if it's not posted.
Right. Yeah, a lot of them don't post that. So cool. That's great. Okay. Well, that's most of my questions. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate you participating today, and I'm so excited for what's to come for you as well. I know you've been working so hard this year, and I can't wait to see just how your business continues to grow. It's just so fascinating. I love the final reports, by the way. It's an honor to kind of see them and hear from you and see what you've done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So if there are no further questions, I will just remind everyone that the best way to contact us, if you do have questions after watching this recording, please email us at grants@arts.sc.gov. And please do give us a call, 803-734-8695. And the lovely Krista Grenza will greet you, and we will help you in any way we can. Before we close out, Margot, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Honestly, I was looking for a tool where people could look up easily the social media handles for their representatives, and it doesn't seem to exist. But Town
Oh,
Hall is a tool that helps you find local representatives. It's a tool on Facebook that helps you find your local representatives there. So it might be worth checking that out if people are interested in that. But yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any specific compendium of those things.
okay.
And most of them, I would say, wouldn't have Instagram. So you could probably just do your main focus on Facebook if you want to reach out via social media that way.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Margot. All right. Well, thank you all so much for participating, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you.